Hello. So I was gonna check the quality of the blade on our new model that's gonna be coming out later this year. It's the new entry level, and I checked sort like new from New Smith regularly. So I'm sure that I'm putting the right sort before selling, and this take time and a bit of revision, so we get like multiple sort that needed testing. So we're gonna be doing a comparison and a video for you because I think it would be interesting for people to look at this as well. So we're gonna be testing the new entry model. This still on demo blade, not for sale. We are testing it, so we know what needed to be fixed, and we're gonna compare it with our Burmese star. This is one of the original blade I have, the demo one. We use this for customer to cut lot, and we did a lot of testing. I do like a laser testing to test what's the content of the blade to check if it's the legit steel is SK4, and this one is also a mark for the HRC tester. This this one is I think it's around like 55 and then about 48, 50 on the back here. You're gonna see it when we test it for you. So let's just try it with the new model first. So we're just gonna use an old school testing kit here. So let's just start with the 65 first. Okay. We're just gonna be like testing at the front portion. You can hear the sound, right? And if you look closely, you can see the scratch, and this is eating into the blade, right? So I know this definitely like under 65 because there's scratch, like a deep scratch in it. So we're just gonna move down. 65 is out. So now we're going to 60. 60. Okay. And it's taking less scratches. As you can see, it's taking less scratches, but I can still feel it in the back portion. This one is water heat treated. Only on the edge is deep heat treated. Like it's heated, but it's just like deep through the water. So it's different than our SK4 blade. And the steel itself is spring steel. It's like S50C or like similar to what a 5 steel is. So as we can see, I make a multiple passes to see, and it's dig into the back of the blade, but it's not really digging in here now. So we know it's the edge itself is about maybe 60, and the back is below 60. I don't really see maker do this test in a video anymore, but I would like to see a lot of maker do this just for like an educational video for customer, and it's just good to do testing on the blade itself. But I know like any reputable maker, they check that blade before shipping it to customer, and they definitely test a lot of that blade just to make sure. And if you break something that's like the default by maker, they're gonna replace for you. That's what like most reputable maker and seller do, and we do the same. So here is 55 and still eating the back of the blade, but it's not digging in on the edge anymore. So we know the edge is around like 55 to 60, which is really good for the edge. And I'm just gonna check like a little bit more, so we're gonna do like 50 on the back here, because this different method of heat treating, but the softer back, the better. So you can still see here, the back is really soft, so it's under 50, which is okay in this type and style of like heat treating and Thai sort. And my file is not really like making a dent on the edge anymore. So I know this a good hardened edge that's around like 55 to 60. So this passed the test really well on the file test. And I already cut with this blade. It's really sharp. So it passed all my tests already. I just want to show you what we did when testing out like a new sort. And now we got back on our trusty sort that we use a lot for customer when they visit us and they want to test their blade. And I have like student I teach Thai sort test cutting with this blade a lot because it's like easy to teach with a sharp good sword. So now we're just gonna do the same thing. This thing have a lot of scratch already from the bottle, if you can really see it here. So now we're just gonna do the same around here. This is 65. It's sticking in the back, right? On the edge itself, yeah, I don't know if you will really see it in the. It's really hard to get this in. Let me show to you. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's the lighting you see here. This is the back. Is definitely under 65. The edge take a little bit of scratch, so I think it's a little bit under 65. And we have a deep harmon. This differential heat treated with clay method, so it's start not scratching anymore at around the harmon line here. You can see the total different, right? You can see it here. So we know this is definitely under 65. This is probably about like 62 or 61 or something. So I'm just gonna recheck with 60 now. I'm just gonna move up a little bit. Definitely still like eating the back, so the back is below 60. The edge is digging in a little bit. So I'm just gonna range this one into around like 60 or between 60 or 65. Yeah. Now we move to 55. Still eating the back, right? You can see the scratcher. Not really making a dent. Not really making a dent in the edge anymore on the harmon line. So we know, definitely know this thing is about like 55 on the edge to about like 65. I would say it's around like 62 on my feeling because I taste a lot of salt and this feels just around that, which is like a really good sharp edge and it's really tough. And this thing I put it through like multiple testing, it never really taking a dent. So now we're taking it to 50. We're just gonna test the back now to see if like where the end of this is gonna be. Yeah, 50 is still eating it. Now we add 45. It's taking less and less into the steel. You can still feel a scratch, but it's not as deep as when we start from 65. And now the last one we have is like what, 40? So 40 here is not really making it now. If I like 5 is on the edge here, it's gonna dig because it's an edge, but if we 5 on the flat itself, it's not really eating it anymore. So we're gonna assume it's about like 40 to 45, which is also a good hardened edge and a good back temper. And yeah, if you don't really think this is a good sword, I don't know how to show you. Let me see here. I taste a lot of sword and I don't care. This is a tasting blade, and like and it's just like this thing is gonna hold. I test this thing like flat, hit it. Yeah, I'm hitting it in the flat, just like if it's very gonna break in your hand, definitely, right? And I did a lot of testing, and this is what we do when we select a blacksmith that's gonna work with us and collaborate with us before we put out like a new production line. We have like what we have now is like we have the standard custom and a signature model, right? Which is this thing like Burmese style, Thai Lao sword, anything that's with SK4 blade is like is try and test it from like multiple sword. The premium line is already tested before. I'm not gonna scratch the premium line, it's too expensive for you. And this the new one we have is a spring steel sword, and it's gonna be coming this year, and we want to be sure we are offering the best sword we can. So that's why we're testing it for you. So I'm crazy. Sword is what I do. I teach sword, I practice sword, I'm teaching I teach Thai sword, and I just love doing sword stuff. And I want people to get the best sword as much as I can. If I'm still here, I'm gonna be like making sword and selling swords as much as like our team can do, and that's what I want. I want you to get the sword that I wanted and love to use, and that's the meta, like the motto I use for working with Siamese. And yeah, you see like that whack just before we go that whack, it's gonna like really hurt the steel with this normal, right? This that within the expect damage we're gonna be. And yeah, that's like about it for this video. I thought it was gonna be like 4 or 5 minutes, and now we like at 12. So like, cheers and bye bye.